Hey guys, I'm here today with another plan with me, and this is going to be for, we're still back planning a little bit, the week of January 4th through January 10th, which is my dad's birthday week. Very exciting. And the kit I'm going to be using is multiple years old, ancient Stone Age 5,000 formats ago kit from Sticky Essentials. I originally decided I was going to start doing plan with me's because I have so many kits in my collection I've just never used. This is one of them, so I'm going to go through everything that's in here. These are my Caress Press inserts. And like I said, this format is a million years old. None of this is accurate to what she has, and it's not even like this. This is like her old 3 times ago paper. So here we go. This kit happens to come with date numbers, some Fashion Girls, and a cute little quote box. These are the full boxes, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know why I ever purchased this, because this is not my typical style, which is why, like, year after year, I'm like, oh no, I won't use that. But they're pretty, it's just not my aesthetic. Then we have some icons. These are the colors. This is like a dark green. I'm not sure how well that's coming up on camera. The checklist boxes, which I'm just going to put to the side. And I decided at the end of this video, so long as I remember, I'll show you guys what I have left in the kit. This page I miss so badly from her kits. Like, I loved this glitter texture, and like this page was just the shit. Some more boxes. Like this deco, gigantic, will not be using it. And some bottom washi. So I am going to get started with my base, and I had you guys ask me some questions regarding tattoos after Emily from Emily Catherine Plans answered tattoo questions. I wanted to jump on that bandwagon, and I was asked a couple questions in my last video, and I felt like it would take too much time to answer them, so they were going to get their own dedicated question or Q&A portion of a video. The first thing I got was from Anderson.Emma Helen, and she asked me how many do I have. I think 21. I never really remember how many I have, but I'm pretty sure it's 21. The next question I'm going to answer is from Crafty Inked Girl, and she asked, how did my tattoo journey begin? And it began on my 18th birthday. I had been wanting tattoos forever. Like, LA Ink with Kat Von D was one of my favorite shows as a, like, middle school, high schooler. So I just always knew that getting tattooed was in my future. I was going to do it. It was just a matter of waiting till I turned 18, because in New York State, even with a parent's consent, you have to be 18. So a couple of months before my 18th birthday, I went down to the tattoo shop that I still go to this day and made an appointment with the tattoo artist who has done every single one of my tattoos. That is something I'm really glad that I did, was research and find a good tattoo artist for my first tattoo. Like Chris, for example, his first tattoo is absolutely awful, and he wants to get it covered, but I thankfully did my research, found a good artist, and have been very happy with everything he's done for me. I have an appointment coming up with him in a couple of weeks. I was asked a couple of different times by a couple of different people, what tattoos do I have and what are they of? And so for this question, I think I'm gonna go like from top to bottom on my body, because I can't remember what order I got them in. So starting from the top, I have in between my shoulder blades on my back a mandala compass. It's really pretty, but I also forget that I have that one quite often, and then I'll catch a glimpse of it in the mirror and think something's on my back. So that's fun. Then I have both sides of my ribs tattooed. On my right side, I have, like birds flying up my rib cage. And on my other side, my left side, I have a Harry Potter quote. I have the quote from Dumbledore that says, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live." And then kind of on the same level of those ones on my body, I have a sternum piece. It's just like intricate line work, kind of mandala style. It's very pretty. And that's all I have on the upper half of me. I don't have my arms tattooed. I plan on doing that after me and Chris get married. I just had started my legs because they're easier to cover for work. And I'm the type of person who likes to finish something before I start something new. So after the wedding, and I also just don't want them. They don't like go with my wedding dress and stuff. So after the wedding, I will be starting to do my arms. But I have most of my tattoos are on my legs. So I'll do one leg at a time. I'll start with my right leg. On the front part of my thigh on my right leg, I have a Patronus. It's Harry's Patronus from Harry Potter of the Stag. And then on the side of my right thigh, I have 4 flowers. I had me, my mom, my dad, and my sister each pick what our favorite flower was. So I have a daisy for my mom, a rose for my sister, a lily for my dad, and hydrangeas for me. And I love that tattoo. It's very, very meaningful. One of my like only meaningful tattoos. Most of them are just kind of a whole lot of bullshit that I just like, which is fine. I don't think tattoos have to have meaning other than you like them. So next I have on the back of my thigh, I have to think about it because I always forget what is on what side. I'm pretty sure on the back of that thigh I have C-3PO with a rose and a banner that says, "Oh dear." And I actually got that tattoo, ironically, right before the world started shutting down for COVID. So I feel like I just knew something was coming. Like, that was that. So moving down, I have a rose on my kneecap. And then on my calf, on that leg, I have the crest of Gryffindor. And then on the front of my shin, I have my Pokemon tattoo, and it's like a hand, and it has all of the gym badges from Indigo League on it, and it's holding a Pokeball, and then Pikachu is coming out of the Pokemon ball. And then on my ankle, I have a tattoo that I got with my best friend. Her name is Shannon. We were best friends our whole lives growing up. And then she and her family moved away when we were like 10 to South Carolina. We didn't talk for years, but like she's one of my bridesmaids at my wedding. We're still really close, and she came up here to visit 2 years ago, and we got matching tattoos of like hands pinky promising. Mine says "no matter what" and hers says "no matter where," which is pretty cute. And now that I'm thinking about it, I also did forget one of my tattoos. I have one on the back side of my hip, and I got it with my little sister on her 18th birthday. Mine says "I'll love you forever," and hers says "I'll like you for always." You know, super cute. But going back down on my right leg, I think that's all of them on my leg. That's where I'm planning on getting a new tattoo, is on that leg. I'm getting a character from one of the animes that me and Chris watched together that I really like called My Hero, and I'm getting one of the characters on my leg. And then on my foot on that side, I have in my mom's handwriting, after she passed away, I took an old birthday card I had from her down to the shop, and I just had him copy it, and it just says "Love you forever, Mom." So that is everything, I believe. Double checking. Yes. Okay. So then on my left leg, I have on the front of my thigh a Dementor. I kind of have this theme of like the good side and the bad side, and when I do my arms, I plan on having my left arm being like the dark side of Harry Potter and the right side being like the good side. So that's why I have like the Dementor on the left and then the Patronus on the right. But yeah, so I have that on the front, and then on the side of my thigh, I have a Dreamcatcher, which was my first tattoo. Still don't regret it. I don't really care if it's a basic bitch tattoo. I still think it's cute. I like it. No complaining there from me. Hold on, I'm just trying to think really quick. So I need 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cool. Okay. So then on the back side of my left thigh, I have a Stranger Things piece. That is crooked as fuck. It is a waffle, and then there's like a banner underneath the waffle, and it says like 011, like 11's tattoo. And then on the bottom side is like an upside down, like it's going into like in the upside down of a Demogorgon, and I love that piece. I think it is so cool, so unique. That was another one, like my Pokemon tattoo that I didn't really have any reference photos. I was like, I want this plus this and just figure it out. And that's another thing that like I like to go into my tattoo appointments open-minded, and I give my artist like a general idea of what I want, and I'm like, whatever you think would look good, because the more passionate I feel that the artist is about the piece they're doing, the better it'll come out. But that's just my opinion. So continuing down, I have that knee tattooed also, and it's just a mandala. I couldn't really think of what else to put on these other than a rose and a mandala because they're circular. So then on the left side of like my calf, I have Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. On the behind of my knee, I have shark jaws because sharks are my favorite animal. And then on the inside portion of my calf, I have a crying skeleton, which is one of my tattoos that I feel like has more meaning, because I feel like even if you like appear like you're so strong and tough on the outside, like on the inside, everybody still like has down days. So I really like that one. And then on the front of my shin on that leg, I have a bottle of Diet Coke, like an old school glass bottle of Diet Coke. And I think that's everything. That is all of them. That is all of my tattoos, okay? And if you want to see any pictures of them, they're all on my personal Instagram. Or you can just message me on my planner one and I can send you a picture. Carly Plans, who is one of my like IRL pals, asked, I feel like I probably know the answer to this, but the one thing I can think of I might not know is, what is your least favorite tattoo? So I don't regret any of my tattoos. I love all of them. However, if I could go back in time, I would change the placement of the compass on my back. When I went into getting tattooed, I don't think I really thought about how I wanted my tattoo journey to end and like how tattooed I wanted to be, so I just got it smack dab in the middle of my back. When realistically now I'm like, yeah, I would have preferred to have like an entire back piece. So I have to like kind of go some route with the rest of my back that would go with the compass, because it takes up a huge portion of my back. So that would be like my only thing that I dislike about it. It's a beautiful tattoo. I don't think it was done poorly. I don't think any of them were, and I don't regret really any of them. But for that reason and that reason alone, that would be like my least favorite. Okay. And then the narcoleptic planner asked me, which tattoo is my favorite and which tattoo was most painful? If you ask me my favorite tattoo, you get a different answer every single time you ask. I'm pretty sure I answered this in the other video that I did, and I'm not even gonna give the same answer in this one, because, like I said, it changes literally every single day. I think in the last one I said that my Pikachu tattoo was my favorite, but as of this moment, my flower on my knee is my favorite, because I fell and scraped it, and now I'm worried that the tattoo is going to be all messed up. And that is like my biggest concern at the moment. And I just keep saying to Chris, it's my favorite tattoo. It can't get messed up. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do if it gets all like fucked up. So because of that reason, as of like this moment, this week, that is my favorite tattoo. But overall, it's probably either of my knees. I get the most comments on them of people being like, oh my God, that had to hurt so bad. Which makes me feel like I'm a tough badass. Which, you know, I like that. But yeah, probably my knees, Pikachu, or my Demogorgon, for the fact, like I said, it was an idea that I completely pretty much came up with without having too many reference photos. And I'm, despite being into planning, not the most creative person in the world. So for me to come up with something completely my own, not that common. And then my most painful tattoo, hands down, without a doubt, 100%, is the shark jaws on the back side of my knee, or knee ditch, as a lot of tattooed people like to call that area. That shit sucked so bad. It was terrible, awful, hated it. Ugh. I have not gone back to get the other side done because that side sucked so bad. And people are always asking, like, oh, did your knee hurt? Like, the front sides of my knees? And, like, yeah, they hurt and yeah, they sucked, but I went back 2 weeks later and got the other one done. So it clearly didn't hurt that bad. But, like, I have not gone, that looks so stupid. I have not gone back or even considered going back to get the other side done because it was just so god-awful. But other notable mentions would be, yes, the front sides of my knees, my foot, oh my God. My tattoo for my mom literally took, like, I'm not exaggerating, 3 minutes. I didn't think I could last another 3 minutes because it was just so terrible. So if you have a big tattoo on your foot, like, you're fucking tough. That still looks so bad. Oh my God. But yeah, and I felt like my sternum hurt kind of bad, so that one too was not that enjoyable. But the rest of them were fine. Like, I'm going February 18th to get that piece on my leg that I was talking about, and I'm not, like, stressing about it, not worried that it's gonna hurt. It'll be fine. It won't bother me too bad. And that was pretty much all of the questions I got regarding tattoos. So I'm going to finish this sidebar. I'm almost done. I'm just having a lot of difficulty with this because, like I said, it's a super old format. And it was from before squared off boxes were really a thing. So I'm just gonna put the little fashion girl on here. And, okay. I'm gonna go in and, let's go this way, put down, I'm gonna do the date covers because I'm not gonna do the deco because it's too gigantic. I'm gonna do the date covers, and I'm sorry about this blue, like, my computer has like a fan that changes colors and it just kind of is what it is. But I'm gonna do my header overlays, which I have a tape, the same tape I used last time from Sticky Essentials, and I'm gonna put the date covers down, and I will be back. Okay guys, we are back for the day-by-day portion of this video. On Sticky Essentials paper, I like to use Pilot G2 pens. I don't really like this one because it's kind of thick. Here we go, 0.0 or 0.7. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with the day by day. I put down the header overlays, and these underlays are from my shop. So, like I've mentioned in my last video, I usually use my sidebar and my planner to mark Chris's work schedule, but he's a waiter, and because of the pandemic, he's been out of work, and I don't have anything else to mark over here, so very useful. And then other than that, I just use my habit tracker to mark doing my daily journal. And then the big thing that was this week was it was my dad's birthday. So put that in there as well. Let me just see if I can. Does that look any better? Okay. So the best part of the week is that it's my dad's birthday. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky because I have not the stuff the amount of things I'm used to having. And so, let's do some organizing. Give me 1 second. Let me figure out what I'm doing over here. So I believe, since this is back in the times when little things looked like this with icons on them, I'm going to be doing a lot of cutting of headers because I use a lot of little things with foil icons, which doesn't really work because you can see the icon underneath. And if you have an older format kit, this is not me being unique with like some trick, but this is just what I do. Just cut a little bit of the header with like the words on it, pop it on there, and then bam, you are good to go. So first things first is that I had one of my paydays that day. And then while I was at work, I went through and was preparing some of my stuff for like doing taxes. Like I get like my student loan W-2, just like all of that stuff, had to call them, figure out when my appointment is for this year because me and my dad go together and they book our appointments like 3 years in advance, so I never know when it is. So I was just getting all of that finance stuff taken care of because your girl likes to be prepared and because I always need to remind my dad of when our appointment is. So there is that. The next thing was having a bad, terrible day. We have a lot of those, but you know, that's okay. It happens. It's okay to be sad sometimes. So I'm going to use this glittered label. I actually miss this paper. This was my preferred paper that she used. Her newer paper is a lot thicker, which I'm sure a lot of people like. I'm going to use this little emoji, like the anxiety, or I think it was one from the Coffee Monsters Co. Yeah, it doesn't have the bow. So I'm going to go with this, the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I have this Sad Bitch script from my shop because that's how I was feeling that day at work. I have a lot of bad days at work, but that was just one of them. So next I got lunch with my friend Mackenzie, which I do pretty much every day, so I don't need to mark it every day, but I do anyway. I just stabbed the shit out of myself with my tweezers. I don't think I'm bleeding, so we're gonna move on. Also, these tweezers, I figured it out since the last video, are from the Sassy Planner Co. I'm still not even sure, honestly. Scratch that, don't know. That's what I think, though. Then I have this. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it. There you go. It's like a little burger, fries, and soda icon. It's the fast food icon from my shop in the mini size. I'm gonna put that there. And then I have a custom from my shop that just says with Kenzie. And gonna put that there. And I just used a little washi strip to mark that. Then that evening, I filmed a video, so we're gonna do another little thing for that. And I'm gonna cut another header. Put that in, I suck, I'm so sorry. Put this right there. And I have a circle icon in silver. I'm gonna put that right there, and I guess I forgot to pull a script that says film, so I will just write that in. Next, I made spaghetti for dinner. Look at me go, being Betty Crocker. Love that for me. Use one of these green little labels. And again, I'm cutting a header because I have another foiled icon. I just have been really more so into foiled icons than characters lately. I feel like you go through phases with planning, and that's just where I am at the moment. And then I have another foiled icon in the mini size. I do actually prefer the mighty size in my shop, but the mini size fits perfectly on little things, and it's like a little spaghetti. And then next I'm going to take a solid half box in the gray color, I guess. To mark that Chris and I just kind of cuddled all night. I was having a terrible day, so he was just trying to make me feel better because he is the best fiance there could ever be. And then I have this cuddle script from my shop. So that is all for that day. So let's move on to Tuesday. First and foremost, cannot forget rent was due. It's like we have between the 1st and the 5th to pay rent, and I'm gonna be real with you, I always forget literally until the 5th, and then I'm like, ah, shit, can you drop off rent while I'm at work? So I have the little house icon from my shop and a little rent script. This is from back when I had white paper. I'm just using it up because I don't even really mark it every month if I don't have the space for it, so I just have a bunch of them. And planning is already a very bad for the environment hobby, very wasteful, so I just use what I have. So next I am going to use this red little thing, and again, big shock, I know. I'm just gonna cut the other half of this and use this, because I'm gonna use a foiled icon. I'm sure you're shocked. To mark, it was my cousin Christine's birthday. I have about 5 million cousins because that's how Italian people roll. And so if I have room to mark my family members' birthdays, I will. I have these cute little balloon icon from Chasing Chels, and I'm going to use to mark her birthday. And then I am going to mark that I had a YouTube binge while I was at work. Use one of these. This color's so ugly, this like brown color. It's like not my thing, but you know. So that's why I'm kind of using it as little as possible. To mark that, I have this little movie clapper icon in the mighty size from my shop. And then I have a YouTube binge script in font choice 3 from my shop, also both in silver foil to mark that. And then the next thing I'm going to mark is that me and my friend Mackenzie got lunch together. A lot of the things that I do are very repetitive each week, so that is too big. We'll definitely start to see that as I continue to do these videos. We will do a little gray thingy there. I didn't actually use a foiled icon, so I don't have to cover it up. I have this cheeseburger from the Coffee Monsters Co. I don't really remember where we went because I didn't write the location in my planner. This was a few weeks ago, but it was fast food. That is without a doubt. And then another with Kenzie script from my shop. Well, it was a custom. So next, I apparently tried making dinner and fucked it up. So all I have marked for that is dinner fail. I think, if I remember correctly, I was going to make us like a chicken fried rice, and it was just, I'm usually like a pretty okay cook. I don't know what happened, but it was not the move. Terrible. So I have this like upset chef from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark that, and then we decided that since that didn't go too well and we were kind of still hungry, obviously, we were going to go to Moe's. So I'm going to use another one of those little things. And then I have this little sloth eating a taco. I think the shop is called Design Ski. So I'm going to put him in there. And then I had another night of just Chris and I cuddled and were being cute. So I am going to use this red. Why do things like this have to happen to me? This red page flag. And I have the same, like, couple cuddling. I thought the colors matched pretty well. And then I have an ancient with Chris script from when I first opened that was from actually before I even decided to open my shop. So next, let's move on to Wednesday. The first thing is that Wednesday is when I upload my YouTube videos. So that was the first thing that I have marked in here. And what do you know? I used a foil icon, and so I gotta cut a header. We will do that. And then I have this icon from Scribble Prints Co. Why? Oh my God, I do the dumbest things. And then I have this upload script. This is from my shop. The next thing I'm gonna mark is that I watched some more YouTube. Going to use this red sparkly label. And I'm marking it exactly like I did on Tuesday with the mighty film clapper icon from my shop, along with a YouTube binge script in the font choice 3 from my shop. And the next thing I marked was getting lunch with Mackenzie. I am going to use one of this size boxes in this brown color to mark that. I have a little French fry doodle. I think this is from Once More with Love, and another with Kenzie script. So this night I went over to visit my best friend Caitlin. She recently had a baby, and so I was just going over to bring them dinner and such. Have a little house icon in silver. And then I have a with my bestie script from my shop that I'm going to use to mark that. That's in font choice 2, which I really like it because I don't know if you can tell, but the hearts are eyes with that font. And then I came home and Chris and I proceeded to just have a very, very, very lazy night. I am going to take one of these page flags to mark it. Do that. And I have this little munchkin. Wow, this is kind of small for this space, but we're going with it, I guess. And then a lazy night script from my shop. And that is the first half of the week. Moving on to Thursday. First thing, I sometimes mark this in my planner. If I don't have anything going on Thursday, I will mark these things. If I do have stuff going on, I won't mark it. It really just depends. But I had time, or I had space to mark it. So I'm gonna put these bad boys in and cover them up really quick. Green and brown, okay. All of the little to-dos I have everywhere just like stuck on random on this one sheet. Looks so stupid. Okay. Remove these scissors. So every week at work on Thursday, I always send reports to certain ones of my clients that request weekly reports. So I like using the little @ symbol for that. And then bi-weekly, I do filing. I do it more often if I need to or less often if I don't. I have a little paper clip, which is what I like to use those for, from Chasing Chels. And then I always plan my next week in my planner on Thursdays. So, have this little dude here. Use that half box. And I have this from Once More with Love. It's all kind of funky. I got it as a super oops, so is what it is. And then I have a silver plan script on white paper from Magic Prince Co. And then I'm going to grab a little thing in the gray color. This is not going to fit very well on this sticker, but it will be fine. Grabbing just a little bit of the header to cover it because I had another foiled icon. And this is to mark, yet again, watching more YouTube. So same way, the Mighty Film Clapper from my shop. And this YouTube binge is like 2 lines. It's going to look kind of stupid on here, but that's fine. Actually, it doesn't look as bad as I thought. So then that evening, Chris and I went out to Walmart because I got him the PS5 for Christmas, and it had arrived the week prior, or earlier this week, I don't know, and I was going to get him a game for it. Since I didn't know what games he wanted, I wasn't going to waste the money. So I have this little Game Boy icon from my shop in silver. I'm going to use that to mark going to Walmart. And then we went on a little dinner date. I think we went to Copper Top, which it's like a local chain where I live. It's pretty yummy. I enjoy it. What do I want to use to mark that? It's so hard using a kit with such an old format because you don't have a lot of the things that would be in a kit now. So it makes it a little tricky. I think I'm going to stack up these 2 pieces of washi. There's like no third boxes, which is what I used in my other planner. I have it like right here next to me to reference what I did. And so not having remotely the same type of boxes is tripping me up. I have this cute little couple sticker that my friend Kenzie got me from the Petite Paula, I believe is the name of the shop, along with a date script from Scribble Prince Co. That's cute. And then at the bottom, I'm going to mark that I watched some of Are You the One? Don't worry, guys. The addiction kept going. It didn't just end at last week. We continued on for a while with this problem of watching this stupid-ass, dumb fucking show. And honestly, if I could find the last 2 seasons somewhere to stream, I'd be watching them right now instead of filming. But couldn't find them. So here we are, being productive instead. And so I have a silver, mighty-sized TV icon from my shop. So then on Friday, it is, again, payday. I am going to use... I don't like using the same color as like the header, but there's too much of the other colors nearby, so I guess we'll use red. This, put it here. And I have a little money icon for that. What happened next? Oh, this was my dad's freaking birthday. So I am going to mark that a little bit more significantly because he is my father. I'm going to use this gray silver color quarter box, and we'll use that. And I have a circle icon with a present on that to mark his birthday. So I had another really bad day at work this day. I don't particularly remember what happened. Actually, I do. I just don't want to discuss it on here, if I'm being honest with you, just to be safe. I'm going to use this green half box, but I'm like 900% sure it's not going to fit. And I'm using a big script, so Carly from Carly Plans has taught me this trick to like cut it in half and then layer it. I've never actually done it, so it's the first for everything. How bad does that look? Okay, that's not even noticeable. Okay, cute. So I have this sticker. I think it's from Once More with Love, the flipping off emoji with the I don't give a fuck. And then this is a script from my shop that says not getting paid enough for this shit. And we'll put that there. So next is went over to my dad's house to have some dinner and like celebrate. It was literally me and Chris and my sister and her girlfriend. And that was all. And so, yet again, cutting a header. I feel like that's the most annoying part about using old kits is the little thing situation. So I have this little mini pizza icon from my shop and a with dad sticker from my shop. And you can probably maybe see it better on this one that the eye has a heart. Cutie. So then we also had a game night, which was really fun. We played the game Telestrations After Dark. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like, if you haven't, it's like the game Telephone you play when you were little, where you'd whisper something in somebody's ear and then go around the circle. And as, like, by the time you get to the end, it's not the same. It's like that, but with drawing. And it was fantastically hilarious. My sister's girlfriend, Whitney, potentially the worst drawer I've ever seen in my life. I have this, like, it's just like a Monopoly Man. I didn't really have a ton of game stickers. From the Coffee Monsters Co., along with a game night script in silver from Scribble Prints Co. So then next I'm going to mark that again that night I spent an embarrassing amount of time watching Are You the One? And I again have a foiled icon to mark that with. Okay, I dropped the to-do on the ground. That's where it lives now. That is fine. Put that on there, and then again I have a foiled TV icon from my shop in the mighty size. On Saturday, the 9th, I had a bill due. I believe this bill was for Chris, my fiance. He streams on Twitch, and so I'm like subscribed to him because, you know, supportive fiance. And that comes out on the 9th. It's literally $4.99. I'm not like, don't even know why I mark it, but I marked it, so we are going to do that. And of course, I picked a million foil icons the week that I'm using an old kit. So we have a silver money sign for that. And then I got Wendy's breakfast. You want to hear my Wendy's breakfast order. It is, you know, very intense, very crazy, very out there. I get 2 honey butter biscuits. And that's it. That's the whole order. Nothing else. They're just really good. And so that's all I get there for breakfast. I don't like their other breakfast foods. I have this cute little bear holding a Wendy's cup, and that is from Nightingale Paper Co. And then a Wendy's script from my shop. And then we went to grocery shopping. We usually go to my dad's house to do laundry on Saturdays, but my dad's washing machine had broke this weekend, so could not do that. Then I have this grocery bag icon from Chasing Chels, along with a groceries script from my shop. And then next, I worked on orders for the majority of the evening that night. I am going to grab this glittery green half box. And I have this girl working on the computer from Happy Daya, along with a silver work script from my shop. And then on that evening, I watched some more Are You the One, I'm assuming. Yep. Gonna use a red label. And I'm using a different TV icon, a circle one. Switching it up. So then on Sunday, got a little visit from Mother Nature. Your monthly reminder that you're not knocked up. So, we love to see it. Gonna use a quarter box to mark that. And I have this sticker from Pumpkin Paper Co. I just think it's hilarious. Then this was the most annoying day potentially of my life. And yeah, I'm being dramatic, and no, I don't care. Our bathroom broke. Not really sure what the situation was. I had gone to the bathroom earlier in the morning, it flushed, everything was fine, and then it sounded like the toilet was running, and there was all this weird gurgling sounds coming from the bathroom. Put that on the wrong side. So I was kind of being a rude bitch to Chris, and I was like, you need to go fix that, that's not my job, that's gross, and he couldn't figure it out. And we call the emergency maintenance, nobody answers, and an hour later, we're not even home, they call us, and they're like, I don't know if you've tried using the bathroom, but it's broken. And I'm like, yeah, we're not even home now, because it was broken. And it broke multiple times that day. They were being terrible about letting us know any information. And I was absolutely miserable, because on top of that, got my period that day, I kind of just was not having a good time, okay? But I used this I'd Rather Die sticker from Once More With Love, and then a Target icon from Magic Prints Co. The next thing I did that night was I filmed a vid. So I'm going to use this red label with Once More With Love camera and a film script from my shop. And then I'm going to use another page flag to mark that I did some more working on orders. And the same Happy Diet Girl. I kind of hate how next to each other they are, but it is what it is. And a work script from my shop. And then the last thing we did that day was we got Chinese food for dinner, which is Christopher's favorite. I'm going to use another label. And I have this sticker from Happy Dia. So I'm going to fill everything in for both days, and then I will be back to show you the finished spread and show you what I have left over. Okay guys, here is the week filled out in full. It actually, despite it being a really old format, bringing it into the new age of planning, I do think it came out pretty gosh darn cute. And also, given the fact that it's not my style, I am very, very happy with what I ended up with here. So just give me 1 second to collect myself. Okay. I have these two leftover full box overlays, and then from the kit I have all of the date dots that I didn't use. I used all of the full boxes from this page. I have these 4 boxes left. A lot of the headers, obviously I didn't really use. I didn't use the movie marquee. I don't like icons in kits. Like I said, this is my favorite page, and so I used the majority of it. These are my 2 least favorite of the colors, so I didn't use those. pretty much nobody uses these anymore, so there's that. I used a little bit of the washi strips and the bottom washi and one sidebar. I don't even know where that came from. I used a lot of this page, but there's still some half boxes left. I used probably half of this page. I literally didn't touch this page. I guess I can throw the weekend banner in. I sometimes use them, sometimes don't. Really depends. This one's like, okay. Sure. There we go. How cute. And that, oh, that's where that gray thing was from. That is that. So this is going to go in my giant basket of kit leftovers that I don't know what to do with. So yeah, thank you to whoever has watched this whole video. I appreciate you. Give it a thumbs up. It's kind of hard to do. There, a thumbs up. Subscribe, turn on the bell, leave a comment below telling me how old is the oldest kit in your collection, because this was definitely one of them. I have one other one that I have in my brain that's, I think, older than this one. But that is all I have for you guys. Have a great day. Bye.